Hello, and thank you for tuning in to our second instalment of personal finance in these post-COVID times. If this is the first time you're tuning in, I am Linda Sturgis and I'm an authorised financial advisor and basically an old goat in the industry, having started my career 34 years ago. At present, I'm completing my Masters of Tech Futures, and my area of research is on how can we use the advances in technologies to help millennials meet their financial goals. I've chosen millennials for two main reasons. One, the government's unlikely to be able to support your generation in retirement the same way they currently do. And two, time is on your side. Small changes now can have a pronounced effect on your future financial position. I have heard your feedback and I'm just going to focus on one area of personal finance at a time. And today I'm going to take you through a 5-minute guide on how to set up your budget. Just to be clear, this isn't personalised advice as I don't know your personal situation and I'm definitely not trying to sell you anything. I just want to leave a legacy to an industry that supported me over my career and to a generation that has time to make small changes now that will make their future brighter. So, quite simply, it's a plan. It's about understanding how much money is coming in and how you're going to spend it. Honestly, it's no more complicated than that. If you plan, then you're more likely to stick to it. This is about raising your awareness on where your money is going. In these challenging times, it's about you taking back control. In business, we call it a chance to get off the dance floor and up into the balcony and really think about what we're doing. You can do the same with your personal finance. It doesn't have to be complicated. A simple spreadsheet or an expense tracker will help you be more aware of your own situation. So, if you haven't done a budget before, the good starting point is your bank account. This will give you all the information you need. Just download the last 3 months of transactions to get a feel for where your money is coming in and where it's going to. Holding on to your income stream is really important in times of crisis. So if you are voluntarily considering making a change, make sure you consider where your next paycheck is going to come from and the stability of that employment. For your expenses, Senator Elizabeth Warren talks about a 50-30-20 guide. And look, that might suit some of you, but it's really figuring out what works best for you. So review each item of your expenses and work out if you're spending on money on what's really important to you, and then trim out all the excesses. This is about you taking back control. I call it mindful spending. And when I've interviewed some of your peers, it appears as a generation you're good at this, having a budget. Now, whether it's formal or informal, it's a good time now to look at this again. Also, think about your emergency fund. I've talked about this as being approximately 3 to 6 months of your salary, and it helps you in times when you don't have steady income. Your expenses will reduce when you're not working, but only by about 30%. So let's have a quick look at the tech out there to support you in your budgeting. First up, sorted.org.nz. This is a great starting point if you've never done a budget before, because it will guide you through each step and you can save your work and come back to it as you get more familiar with your spending patterns. Expense trackers from your banks, i.e. Westpac has CashNav and the BNZ has an activity tracker. This is a great way to get a handle on where your money is going, as they're using your own transactions and categorizing them for you. PocketSmith. This is a very in-depth accounting package and it can be ideal for you if you're a detailed person. So it gives you all of your finances and includes your assets and liabilities. It costs about $25 a quarter. I've used it, and even though I'm in the industry, I'm getting all I need from the expense trackers. But the upside is it has an auto budget tool which looks at your past spending and creates a budget for you and then measures you against your actual spending. Then Henry. This is ideal for the contractors as it deals with all that messy business of taxes as well. It costs about 1% of your self-employed income. Or you may find it's just a simple spreadsheet in Excel that works for you. It really is about you finding out what works best for your budget. So to summarise, don't panic. Take back some control by reviewing your budget, considering your emergency fund, and stick to your plan with KiwiSaver. Any feedback would be great so I can ensure that I'm talking about things that are of interest to you. Thanks for tuning in, and do not hesitate to reach out to me by email or DM me on Instagram. Thanks again.